What if our home, our Earth, becomes uninhabitable in the next 100 years? A question that is as haunting as it is critical, and one that we cannot afford to ignore any longer. Our world is at a crossroads, and the urgency of the situation is compelling. The main culprit behind this impending crisis? Global warming. It's an insidious villain, silently but steadily escalating the greenhouse effect. This means that our planet is getting warmer, and it's happening at an alarming rate. This isn't a far-off, distant future scenario. It's a crisis that's unfolding right before our eyes. And the consequences of inaction could be catastrophic. Our home, our Earth, faces a grim future if we don't act now. It's not just about us, but about the countless species that share this planet with us, and the generations yet unborn who deserve to inherit a world that's safe and habitable. To understand the gravity of the situation, let's dive into some alarming statistics. Did you know that the global temperature has increased by 1.2 degrees Celsius since the pre-industrial era? That's right. We're not talking about a gradual change over millions of years. This is a significant rise that has occurred in a mere matter of a couple of centuries. This increase in global temperature isn't just about warmer summers or milder winters. It's about a comprehensive shift in our planet's climate, and the effects are far-reaching. The polar ice caps, for instance, are melting at an alarming rate. In the last 50 years, we've lost an area of sea ice that is nearly twice the size of Texas. That's a lot of ice. And what happens when all that ice melts? It contributes to rising sea levels. Speaking of sea levels, they've been on the rise too. Over the last century, the global sea level has risen by about 20 centimeters. While that might not seem like a lot, consider this. For every centimeter of sea level rise, approximately 1 million people are displaced. So a 20 centimeter rise, that's potentially 20 million people who have to find new homes because their old ones are underwater. The pace at which these changes are occurring is also worth noting. They're not happening slowly over thousands of years. They're happening right now, in our lifetime. The global temperature is rising faster than at any point in the past 2,000 years. The ice caps are melting quicker than ever before, and the sea levels are rising at an accelerating rate. We're living in a time of rapid, unprecedented change. And these aren't just random fluctuations, they're consistent trends that have been observed over decades, and they paint a clear picture. Our planet is warming, and it's happening fast. These numbers are not just statistics, they are warnings from nature. The villains of this story are invisible to the naked eye. Greenhouse gases. These silent, unseen culprits are primarily responsible for the escalating temperatures that are causing our planet's climate to change drastically. Among these gases, carbon dioxide and methane are the most notorious. Carbon dioxide, or CO2, is released into the atmosphere when we burn fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas. Whether it's to power our homes, run our cars, or manufacture goods, our dependency on fossil fuels has led to an alarming increase in CO2 levels. Then we have methane. While not as abundant as carbon dioxide, it's far more potent. This supercharged greenhouse gas is released during the production and transport of coal, oil, and natural gas. It also emanates from livestock and other agricultural practices, as well as by the decay of organic waste in municipal solid waste landfills. The problem with these greenhouse gases is that they trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere, creating what's known as the greenhouse effect. This natural process is vital for life on Earth. Without it, our planet would be too cold for us to survive. But an excess of these gases in the atmosphere tips the balance, leading to global warming and consequently climate change. The grim reality is that human activities are accelerating this process. Our insatiable appetite for energy, our reliance on fossil fuels, and our agricultural practices are all contributing to the increase in greenhouse gases. It's like a never-ending cycle. The more we consume, the more we produce these gases, and the more our planet heats up. It's a dangerous game we're playing, and the stakes couldn't be higher. We're not just altering the climate, we're threatening the very survival of countless species, including our own. In essence, we are digging our own graves with our actions. Global warming is not just about melting ice and rising temperatures, it's also about the silent extinction of species. The ripple effect of this global phenomenon is indeed alarming, as it doesn't just alter our climate, but also disrupts the delicate balance of biodiversity on our planet. When we talk about biodiversity, we're referring to the vast variety of life on Earth, in all its forms and interactions. From the tiniest microorganisms to the largest mammals, every creature plays a role in maintaining this balance. Yet, the increasing temperatures and shifting weather patterns brought about by global warming are causing a major disruption in this balance, leading to what scientists are calling the sixth mass extinction. Take, for instance, our beautiful coral reefs, often referred to as the rainforests of the sea. These vibrant ecosystems are home to a quarter of all marine species, yet they're dying at an unprecedented rate due to coral bleaching, a direct result of warmer ocean temperatures. The loss of these reefs not only means the extinction of countless marine species, but also threatens the livelihoods of 500 million people worldwide who depend on them. Similarly, in the frosty Arctic, the polar bears are struggling to survive. With the ice they rely on for hunting and breeding disappearing rapidly, these majestic creatures are facing a grim future. Their plight is a stark reminder of how global warming is affecting biodiversity in every corner of our planet. And it's not just these examples. Each day, countless species are pushed a step closer to extinction due to the changing climate. The hummingbirds losing their nectar sources due to early springs, the mountain-dwelling animals being forced to higher and colder altitudes, the list goes on. Every species lost is a blow to biodiversity, and every blow to biodiversity weakens our ecosystems. These ecosystems, in turn, are vital for our own survival, providing us with clean air, water, food, and even medicines. The loss of biodiversity is akin to removing bricks from a wall. Eventually, it will collapse. And when it does, we all will feel the impact. This, my friends, is the silent and often overlooked tragedy of global warming. Despite being the cause of the problem, humans also hold the solution. It's a profound thought, isn't it? We, as a species, have had an immense impact on our planet. Our actions, from deforestation to burning fossil fuels, have contributed significantly to global warming. Let's delve a bit deeper. Imagine a forest, a verdant expanse of life, but what happens when that forest is cut down? Trees absorb carbon dioxide, one of the primary greenhouse gases. When we remove these natural air purifiers, we not only lose their carbon-absorbing abilities, but also release the carbon they've stored during their lifetime back into the atmosphere. This double whammy accelerates the global warming process. Now consider our reliance on fossil fuels. Coal, oil, and natural gas have powered our societies for centuries. But when we burn these fuels for energy, they emit carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere, causing the Earth's temperature to rise. So what's the solution? Can we, the culprits of this global crisis, also be the heroes? The answer is a resounding yes. We need to shift our focus towards sustainable practices and lifestyle changes. Imagine if we could reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. What if we could switch to renewable energy sources like wind, solar, and hydroelectric power? These methods produce energy without releasing harmful greenhouse gases. And what about our forests? If we halt deforestation and instead focus on reforestation, we can create a natural buffer against climate change. Trees would again be free to do what they do best, absorbing carbon dioxide and giving us cleaner, healthier air to breathe. But it's not just about large-scale changes. Even small, everyday actions can make a difference. Think about the energy you use at home, the food you eat, the waste you produce. By making conscious choices, we can reduce our individual carbon footprints. Remember, the power to change the course of our future lies in our hands. We've made the mess, but we also hold the broom. It's time to start cleaning. So where do we stand in the face of global warming? As we've seen, the statistics are more than alarming. They're a direct cry for change. Greenhouse gases, both visible and invisible, are major culprits in this global crisis. They trap heat in our atmosphere, causing temperatures to rise and leading to a plethora of devastating effects on our planet. The impact on biodiversity is immense. Many species are struggling to adapt to these rapid changes, and some are unfortunately falling silent in the face of extinction. But it's not just about nature, it's about us too. Our actions, from industrial activity to everyday habits, are contributing significantly to this escalating problem. However, it's important to remember that we're not just the cause but also the solution. By making conscious choices and fostering sustainable habits, we can help to reverse the course of global warming. It's time for us to heed nature's warning before it's too late.